today I'm going to share with you 22 life lessons that I have learned in 22 years of life. So stick around because some of these things might be valuable to you. In no particular order, I'm going to start with the fact that confidence can be built by faking it. I learnt this in my late teens. So confidence is not a personality trait as much as so many people think. It's actually a skill and it can be built by practicing and faking it. So start small, smile and say hello. You will only win friends by being a friend. You honestly will not make any friends by sitting around expecting people to come to you, because they won't. You have to be a friend first. Invite them out, spend time with them, actually engage with people. It's totally worth it. Even like, what's the worst that can happen? Be a friend and friends will come to you. Use the law of attraction and the power of manifestation. Keeping light and good positive thoughts and good energies will only multiply and attract more good things into your life. It's one of the most powerful things you can do by changing your mindset and the way you think to attract certain things into your life, and it's definitely a very valuable thing that I have learned. I will leave some links in the description if you want to learn more. I'm not a master at it, but when it works, it works. Save your money and spend wisely. This is a very sensible thing to do that I actually started doing around my mid-teens. Only buy what you need or truly love, because you end up just accumulating so much crap into your life that you don't need and that you've wasted your money on. Save your money. Always have backup savings, because you never know when you're gonna need it. I bloody spilt water on my laptop the other week, didn't I? 2 grand, I almost had to pay. This is a very personal one to me, and it is to dance wildly. From a young age, actually, I've always been so shy, but for some reason, whenever there was a dance floor, I had to get on it, and I just always had to dance, and can be quite a shy person, but for some reason when there's a dance floor, it's the only place where I feel totally free and I just lose my inhibitions, and I always let go. So that's something I've learned, is to dance wildly. It's the most liberating feeling, especially when you're just making it up and flailing about. I don't care what I look like, it just feels really good. Dance wildly, my friends. On that note, don't care what people think of you. It's a very, very valuable thing to learn, and it takes time, because especially through teenagehood and growing up is your most self-conscious years, so it can be hard to do. But actually only when I entered my 20s did I sort of care a little bit. I'm still not totally there. If you think about it, there is no point in caring what people think about you, because it doesn't do anything. If you really think about it, what does it do, worrying what people think of you? Nothing. So say you've done something like that you're slightly embarrassed about. There's this saying that goes, the people that care don't matter, and the people that matter don't care. It puts things into perspective. Right, is that gonna work? The next realization is that no matter how nice you are or how amazing or great you think you are, some people just won't like you. Totally down to the fact that every human being has a different opinion, and so views people and the world differently. So you simply can't be liked by everyone, and just accept it, because it's completely okay. And usually the people that don't like you, you can just cut out of your life anyway, because most of the time they don't matter. Don't get hung up on why someone doesn't like you, because you'll never figure it out. Stay out of trouble, because most of the time it's not worth it. I will say though that sometimes it is good to break the rules and live the thrills of life. You should never be too much of a goody goody. Come on people, we've got to live, we've got to have some fun. But if the consequences are too costly, most of the time it's really not worth it. Whether it's in school, whatever it is that you're kind of getting into trouble, there's really no point in it. It only holds you back from where you need to be, and it adds more stress to your life that you just don't need. You just don't need it, so just stay out of trouble. Sometimes you have to know when to cut people off, and it is absolutely necessary. Whether it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend that doesn't treat you right, or a friend that causes problems, you have to get the toxic people out of your life, because again, they only cause more stress and problems that you don't need. There's a saying that says you become the average of the 5 people that you spend your most time with, or that you spend the most time with. Make sure you spend time with people that uplift you and make you feel good and help you to move forward with your life. In the end, you are the only one that has your back. You're the only person that's going to take care of yourself. You're the only person that is going to push yourself to do the things that you want to do. So take care of yourself. This is so important. Now this next one is something that everyone learns. It is the fact that you have to understand that other people have different opinions. They may not be what you think is morally right, but you have to just accept it and let them be. Every human being was brought up in a different life by and with different people, in different surroundings, in a different environment, with different social structures, with different beliefs. Thus, everyone will have a slightly different perspective on life, and that's okay. Do excuse me while I get dressed. Accept change, because without it, growth cannot occur. So whether it's yourself or someone else or something you love, understand that change means that they're growing and evolving or learning something. Don't attach yourself to things or the way something is, because it will only cause you pain, because if there's one thing that is guaranteed, everything will always change. I've just realised it's so dark in here because the light's not on. Obsessing over boys is a huge waste of time, babe. Especially if he's not interested in you, which unfortunately tends to happen a lot in my life. I am still a culprit of this. I'm still a young lass. I still have a lot to learn about boys, but I have an awareness when it's happening, and I understand what's happening to my mind and the chemicals in my brain. What I will say is, when I was a young teenager, I used to obsess over boys a lot. It was all I would think about. Boys, 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 boys. Reading my teenage diary videos. You will understand what I mean. So I think that's a piece of advice I still need to learn from, but I'm only 22, still learning. Imagine if this video gets to 22 minutes long. How perfect that would be. You will be heartbroken, and pain will come in many different forms, but honor it, experience it, learn from it, and then move on. I think a life without heartbreak, I appreciate heartbreak because without heartbreak you can't have love. Experience it wholeheartedly and feel it, and appreciate that that feeling is still beautiful, because it means that you have loved and that you have cared about something. And that is, I believe that is the reason that we are alive, to feel and experience and love. So heartbreak is painful, but it teaches us something, and it's still beautiful. Speaking of heartbreak, it is raining very romantically outside today. It's very somber and aesthetically in tune. City of stars, are you shining just for me? You know how people say live presently and enjoy the journey? Well, here is my interpretation of that. Enjoy and appreciate fully everything in your life right now, this moment. Your environment, where you live, your friends, what's before you, what's happening, your age, what you look like. Appreciate it all and live it all fully right now. Don't think too much about the past or the future. I have been a culprit of this. I have been trying to turn this around. I've been living more presently in the past year or so, whereas before I used to think a lot about the future. So don't think too much about the past or the future, even if you're working towards a goal, or you don't like where you are right now, or you think your past was so much better, or your past was so terrible. Don't be stuck in the past or the future, because they don't exist. One day you will be wishing you were back here right now at this age. Maybe there's certain people in your life that you will miss one day that won't be in your life in a certain amount of time from now. So appreciate everything. One day you'll look back on it fondly, and you'll never be this young again also. So just appreciate everything. One day you'll be wishing you had the opportunities that you do right now. Even if you're in a bad place, you will wish you were back there so that you could change it. Think about it. Think about it. Document your life, the people and the things you love. Take pictures, and by pictures, I don't mean selfies, I mean pictures of experiences, pictures of you with your friends, your family, of things that matter to you, moments in your life, places you've been. Take videos, write a journal, because your life is worth being remembered, and one day this documentation will be incredibly valuable to you, or your future children, or your current children when they're older, your future grandchildren. You don't know who will find those things one day. So leave something behind of your life that can be remembered, because your life is so worth being remembered, especially if it's worth living. I'm pretty sure that's a quote. A life living is worth being remembered. Yeah, I probably heard that somewhere subliminally. That's one of the reasons I love vlogging. I do keep a journal as well, and I've started trying to take more pictures, especially when I'm with my family. And don't forget, if you're camera shy, don't forget to take pictures of yourself as well, and video yourself. If you're videoing a family vlog, video yourself, because people so often forget to video themselves. No matter how bad you think you look, when you're old, you will think you looked great. Oh, that's a lot of Vaseline. Look after our beautiful planet Earth. Take care of the environment. I learned this from a very young age at primary school, and it stuck with me. Always recycle. I have my recycling bin right here. Always recycle everything you can, even if it's a pain in the ass. My building doesn't bloody recycle, so I have to go down the block to find the recycling bin. I still do it because I care about the earth. This is Mother Nature. This beautiful planet gave birth to us, pretty much. It's our responsibility, and we should look after it. So please take care of the environment. Relating to that, respect your own surrounding, because it houses you. Your room, your flat, your home, your living space. Only fill your home with things that you truly love and that you need, and get rid of the rest. Clutter just clutters your mind, and the less you have, the less stress you have. This is something I have learnt from moving from place to place and having less and less things as I go. Your personal space is usually where you spend the majority of your time, and it has a huge effect on your mentality, your productivity, and your mood. So take care of your space, and it will take care of you in return. So that's something I am going to do right now. Now it's all clean. Something else that I discovered about a year ago is that the idea of happiness is completely obscured. I did make a video on this, but I'll probably remake it. Now, this is my opinion, so think on it what you will. From my experience, happiness is not a state of being, it's an emotion. At least that's how I see it, and it's momentary. So I prefer the word to enjoy. I've learned not to chase for the idea of being happy, which is the ultimate thing everyone seems to strive for in their life. Instead, I try to enjoy more. So I engage in things that I will find more enjoyment from. So go out and enjoy, experience more, live more moments, and spend more time with people that make you feel good, because these are the places that you will find happiness. These are the places that bring joy. It's impossible to be happy all the time and to be in a constant state of happiness, so don't even try to get there. Enjoy little moments of happiness and try to bring more of those into your life, because the more you have, the more your life will be filled with joy. So speaking of joy, I wrote something in my diary about a year ago about something new I'd learned. So I wrote down some of the things that I'd learned from being 20 to 21 so far, and I'm just going to read it out to you. This is just spontaneous, I wasn't actually planning on doing this. Enjoy people. There are so many beautiful, fantastic, and wonderfully brilliant souls out there. Life's too short and people are too precious to be shy. Don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. Become close to as many people as possible. Get to know their personality, their character, their soul, their humor. The best times I'll ever have will be spent with other people. Be an open book. Let people see you for who you are, and don't be afraid to be forward. Hug, kiss, make contact, look into their eyes, listen to them. Speak from your heart, not from your head. Don't worry about what would be inappropriate to say or do. If you truly enjoy someone and show it, they will enjoy your company too. Don't hold back. Always show and display your humor, or you might miss out on a fantastic friendship with a person who shares your humor. You'll only find out if you share it. Talk about crazy, wacky things, dance, drink wine together, and then I go on to talk about some of my friends, and then at the end, which relates to the point at the beginning, if you want to be their friend, be their friend. Invite them for a drink, have a hug, a kiss, spend time together, look out for them, appreciate them, laugh with them. Be the friend that you long to have. So in a nutshell, people are amazing. There are some a-holes out there, but for the most part, people are more amazing than you think, so get to know them. Practice letting go straight away. This is something I learned from a book called The Untethered Soul. If something disturbs you or upset you, practice letting it go straight away. You can do this physically by relaxing your shoulders and the area around your heart and letting it pass through your body. Start small and practice letting go every time you become aware of it, or aware that something has irritated you or upset you, by releasing them through the power of your mind. Your mind is so powerful. Look after your skin. Wear sunscreen, moisturize, always use a face cream. You will thank yourself later. The last thing that I will share in this video, which is actually a bonus, read books on self-improvement. It is where I have learnt a lot of these lessons. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big reader, but I gain so much value from the books that I have read. Here is The Untethered Soul. I just recently finished it. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo was a huge eye-opener for me in terms of respecting your surroundings. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. The Power of Habit. I can't remember who wrote it off the top of my head, but it'll be on the screen. So please leave any of your suggestions that have helped you in some way, or opened your eyes, or changed the way you think. Leave them in the comments. I'm always expanding my knowledge, and there's so many more books that I want to read. There are so many more lessons I have learned throughout life. That is just 22 of them. I could fill a whole book. So let me know if you want to see any more. And also, I'd love to make videos going into depth on some of the topics I've talked about. A couple of minutes talking about them is not nearly enough to do them justice and explain. Comment below any of the topics you would maybe like me to go into more detail. So if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe, like the video, and if you want to catch up with me, I have Instagram and I have Snapchat. Please do follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to grow my account, and if you're interested in buying any of my clothes, I have a Depop. Everything's gonna be in the description. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate that you've taken the time to watch this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my darling. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.